my wife. You Wookiee sack of
My spouse. You Wookiee sack of asterisk. Asterisk asterisk. Harrison Ford, a Hollywood legend known for famous characters like Han Solo and Indiana Jones, has had an exciting life off-screen, as well as on-screen. Although he is famous for his action roles, Ford protects his personal life and seldom talks about his relationships. But now at 82, he is finally ready to talk about what really happened in his marriage. From famous weddings to more private times with the love of his life, Harrison's love story has all the exciting ups and downs of a blockbuster movie. Join us as we explore his past relationships and share his recent surprising admission about his marriage, along with details about his early life and upbringing. Harrison Ford was born on July 13, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois. His parents, Dorothy, a past radio actress, and John William Christopher Ford, a former actor who later worked in advertising, were closely linked to the entertainment industry, providing young Harrison with a unique setting. Harrison had a mixed background. His mother, Dorothy, was Ashkenazi Jewish, and her family had moved from Minsk, Belarus. His father was of Irish Catholic background, and this mix of cultures and beliefs influenced Ford's way of seeing the world. When asked about how he was raised religiously, he jokingly said, "Democrat." However, in truth, his parents taught him to be a liberal in all ways, emphasizing open-mindedness over strict religious beliefs. When he was a child, Ford participated in the Boy Scouts and achieved the rank of Life Scout, which is the second highest rank a scout can earn. His experience in scouting later inspired him and Steven Spielberg to show a young Indiana Jones as a Life Scout in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Ford loved animals and worked as a counselor at Napa-Wen Adventure Base Scout Camp for the Reptile Study Merit Badge. These early experiences show a side of Ford that many fans are not aware of: his down-to-earth personality and love for nature. Ford went to Maine East High School in Park Ridge, Illinois, where he first got involved in the performing arts. His high school had just started a radio station, and Ford's voice was the first to be heard on the air. He was the school's first sportscaster in his senior year, but he didn't really explore his interest in the arts until college. Ford attended Ripon College in Wisconsin, where he studied philosophy and became a member of the Sigma Nu fraternity. Even though he was shy, he joined a drama class in his senior year to overcome his nervousness. He later said that he was a late starter in acting because he unexpectedly became interested in performing on stage. In 1964, after a summer working with the Belfry Players in Wisconsin, Ford made an important decision: initial experiences in Hollywood and his key roles that made him famous. He packed his things and moved to Los Angeles, hoping to succeed in the film industry. Columbia Pictures' talent program gave him a small contract, which was his first step into Hollywood. Ford's first role was small, a non-speaking part as a bellhop in Dead Heat on a Merry-Go-Round, 1966. Even in this small part, Ford's humor and quick wit were noticeable. An industry source said that a producer compared Ford's work to Tony Curtis, suggesting that Ford didn't have the same star quality as Curtis. Ford joked that if Curtis was a good actor, he would know how to act like a bellboy. The reply, while funny, apparently wasn't well received, and Ford's stay with Columbia ended early. Not discouraged, Ford accepted minor parts in movies such as Journey to Shiloh in 1968, Getting Straight in 1970, and American Graffiti in 1973. American Graffiti opened a new opportunity for him by introducing him to George Lucas, the director who would transform Ford's career. A few years later, Lucas chose Ford for the role of Han Solo in Star Wars, 1977. Ford brought the lovable, rebellious character to life, winning hearts worldwide. His role became famous, turning Han Solo into a well-known character and leading Ford to become a star. Ford reprised his role in 4 sequels over the following 4 decades, solidifying his status in pop culture. Ford became even more famous when he played the brave archaeologist Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981. The movie, directed by Steven Spielberg and made by George Lucas, was a quick success, and Ford's role as the adventurous archaeologist excited viewers. Like Han Solo, Indiana Jones is an iconic character, and Ford came back for 4 more Indiana Jones movies. These iconic roles made Ford one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, but he kept going. He played Rick Deckard in Blade Runner, 1982, giving the character a deep and serious vibe in this sci-fi classic. He later returned to the role in Blade Runner 2049. Besides his big franchise films, Ford took on roles that showed his variety as an actor. He played Detective John Book in the 1985 movie Witness, a role that got him an Academy Award nomination. Other important roles include The Fugitive, 1993, Air Force One, 1997, and The Call of the Wild, 2020. Ford's career got a boost on TV with his roles in the Western series 1923 and the Apple TV Plus comedy Shrinking. These roles show his talent in various styles, proving he can do many different things. Besides acting, Ford is a licensed pilot and uses his flying skills for more than just fun. While living in Wyoming, he has helped emergency services with rescue missions, gaining respect for his efforts. Ford is an environmental activist and has been the vice chair of Conservation International since 1991. This shows his commitment to important issues beyond his work in Hollywood. His career has been great, and his relationships have also caught people's attention. He has been divorced 2 times and has had some well-known relationships. Let's examine that. First love at the start of a Hollywood adventure. Before becoming a Hollywood legend, Harrison Ford was a young man from Illinois who had a high school girlfriend named Mary Marquardt. Mary was a skilled illustrator and chef, and she and Harrison looked like a great pair. They met when they were teenagers, and their love grew while they were in high school. In 1964, they got married and started a new life together. At that time, Ford wasn't a well-known actor, and Mary helped him during those early years. Their marriage started a journey for them as they began their family with the birth of 2 sons, Ben in 1966 and Willard in 1969. While Ford had a hard time entering Hollywood, Mary followed her dreams as a chef and artist. Her skills were recognized on their own, especially her cooking, which later turned into a stable job. While Ford took on small roles, their family life remained stable with Mary managing the home. In 1977, when Ford's career took off with Star Wars, everything changed a lot. Suddenly, Ford became a well-known name because of Han Solo, and being famous brought more than just success. It came with difficulties. There are rumors that Mary ended the marriage after finding Ford with his co-star Carrie Fisher. By 1979, the couple had ended their 15-year marriage. Ford's life took a new, very public direction, while Mary preferred to stay out of the spotlight. Even though they separated, they stayed parents to Ben and Willard, who both became well-known. Ben is a restaurant owner, and Willard is a business person. After his divorce from Mary, Ford moved forward, but it took years for him to find lasting love again. La relation de Ford con Melissa Matheson. He met his future second wife Melissa Matheson in 1976, while filming Apocalypse Now, where he played a small part as Colonel Lucas. Matheson, who wanted to be a screenwriter, was working as a production assistant. They got along right away, but their romantic relationship started in 1982, a few years after Ford's divorce. Matheson's career was also booming. She became famous for her amazing writing skills, particularly for her work on E.T. the Extraterrestrial, which she wrote for Steven Spielberg, and received an Academy Award nomination. In 1983, Ford and Matheson decided to get married, becoming one of Hollywood's most respected couples. Ford and Matheson had 2 kids during their marriage, a son named Malcolm, and a daughter named Georgia. Their family life was mostly private, as both Ford and Matheson prioritized their work and children. Malcolm became a musician, and is now the lead singer of the band the Dough Rollers, which has performed with artists like Bob Dylan. Georgia chose to follow her father's path in acting, and has acted in several films. Ford has shown great support for Georgia, who has epilepsy. He even auctioned his famous Han Solo jacket to help raise money for epilepsy research. By the year 2000, the relationship between Ford and Matheson began to weaken. They broke up but made attempts to fix their relationship, getting back together briefly, before finally choosing to divorce in 2004. Because they didn't have a prenuptial agreement, the divorce settlement was very large. Matheson got $85 million, and part of Ford's earnings from movies made while they were married, like Indiana Jones and The Fugitive. Their separation marked the end of a time for Ford, but he kept supporting his children with Matheson. Sadly, Matheson died from neuroendocrine cancer in 2015, a loss that her family and fans feel deeply. Spielberg, who had collaborated with her on E.T., talked about meeting her on the set of Raiders of the Lost Ark in Tunisia. He remembered it, like a vision in Lawrence of Arabia. I saw what seemed like an egret showcasing the special beauty she brought to their first meeting. Ford's secret relationship with Carrie Fisher. Harrison Ford's romantic relationship as Han Solo with Princess Leia in Star Wars fascinated fans, but not many realized there was genuine chemistry between them off-screen as well. Carrie Fisher, who played Leia, was just 19 when they began filming Star Wars in 1977. At the time, Ford was 33 and already married, with 2 kids. Even with the age difference and Ford's marriage, they had a 3-month affair. Later, Fisher revealed these secret details in her memoir, The Princess Diarist, which she published shortly before she passed away. Fisher talked about how her relationship started and how surprised she was when Ford took an interest in her. Their strong bond made it hard to tell what was real and what was fantasy. Fisher mentioned it felt like they were Han and Leia during the week, and Carrie and Harrison on the weekends. She confessed that she became obsessed with him, and even wished he would leave his wife for her. But she quickly understood that it was not going to happen. Later, she thought about it and said it felt like a passionate one-night stand that lasted 3 months, but was still very short. They spent one last night together before filming ended, and their relationship finished as quietly as it began. Ford eventually divorced his wife, but he and Fisher did not revive their romance in the later Star Wars films. Ford did not comment on the affair, while Fisher moved on with her life. She later married Paul Simon, and had a daughter Billie Lourd with talent agent Brian Lourd. On that note, Ford's family life changed as he raised his kids and managed his acting career. His first son Ben discovered his love for cooking and is a co-owner of a gastropub named Ford's Filling Station at Los Angeles International Airport. His path as a chef brings to mind the impact of his mother Mary on her cooking career. Willard, the second son of Ford, started a business called the Ludwig Clothing Company, famous for its special style. He used to run a gym and a theater, showing his business mindset. Ford's children with Matheson have taken on artistic careers that reflect the creativity of their parents' relationship. Malcolm, who really loves punk music, remembered in an interview that his first music cassette was from the band Green Jelly. This unusual choice shows his one-of-a-kind taste. His band, the Dough Rollers, has attracted attention in the music world, securing his spot in the entertainment industry. Georgia, Ford's youngest child, has kept acting, and has been in movies such as True Story and American Milkshake. Ford's relationship with her has become even stronger since she was diagnosed with epilepsy, and he has openly supported research on epilepsy. Ford's life, known for his commitment to his job, has also been shaped by his love for his family. Ford's next big relationship started when he met actress Callista Flockhart. The love story of Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart. How it started. Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart's love story started in 2002. It was an unexpected but great match that took fans by surprise. They met at the 59th Golden Globe Awards, where there was a strong connection between Ford, who was 60, and Flockhart, who was 22 years younger. That night, Ford's friend Mac Beal, who starred with him, James Marsden, joined them as a third wheel. However, he couldn't ignore the connection developing between the two. Thinking about that night, Marsden joked on The Late Late Show with James Corden that he helped create a beautiful long relationship. In the months that followed, Flockhart's relationship grew. They made one of their first public appearances at the 59th Venice Film Festival, where they attended the premiere of K-19, The Widowmaker. Ford and Flockhart had something special in common. They both loved adventure, particularly flying. He had loved flying for years, and soon he got Flockhart to fly with him. She later revealed that she had always been somewhat anxious about flying, but her fears disappeared when she flew with Ford. "I really trust Harrison," she said, and added that she enjoyed watching him do what he loves. Flying became a unique experience for the couple, and their connection grew stronger. Ford expressed that he loved having her next to him in the skies. On that note, Ford also became close to Liam, Flockhart's son, whom she adopted in 2001. He became a caring and active father figure, and the three enjoyed many family activities together, like visiting pumpkin patches, and their Thanksgiving tradition of serving meals to people in need at the LA Mission. Family time was valuable, and Ford was happy to have a child in his life again. In an interview with Reader's Digest, he called Flockhart the best mother in the world, saying she is doing an amazing job raising Liam. He also mentioned that it is a joy to be involved in a young child's life again, a plan, getting married, and a bigger family. In 2009, 7 years after they started dating, Ford and Flockhart went on a family vacation during Valentine's Day weekend, which became a significant moment for them. During the trip, Ford surprised Flockhart by proposing and making their love official. Ella dijo que sí. A year later, on June 15, 2010, they exchanged vows in a small ceremony at the governor's mansion in Santa Fe, New Mexico. New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson officiated the wedding, making the day even more special. The newlyweds celebrated with Liam, starting a new chapter together as a family. Their family kept growing, and the couple had many joyful times together. In 2013, they went to the premiere of Paranoia, along with Ford's daughter Georgia. It was obvious they had formed a close family. At this event, Flockhart wore an elegant silver dress, while Ford sported a casual but stylish black jacket and checkered shirt, showcasing their comfortable yet glamorous fashion. Fans enjoyed seeing this side of Ford, who was known for his tough roles, but often showed a softer side with his wife and family. A strong connection, and an adventurous life. Ford and Flockhart's relationship has been quite unusual. Over the years, their love has only become stronger. Their connection is based on a common love, mutual support, and a strong sense of adventure. The couple lives on an 800-acre ranch in Jackson, Wyoming, which Ford has considered home since the 1980s. Here, far from Hollywood's attention, they appreciate the peace, the views, and the little pleasures of life together. Ford has shared his thanks for finding love later in life, calling his relationship with Flockhart exciting and fulfilling. Ford's commitment to family is clear, particularly in how he acts as a father figure to Liam. Ford values the time they have spent flying together, and the support he has given Liam as he grew up. Flockhart once said that having a young child at home felt like an endless spring, with every new experience bringing wonder to his life. In recent years, Ford and Flockhart have kept making public appearances, showing how close they are to each other. A really sweet moment took place at the Cannes Film Festival, where 80-year-old Ford looked at Flockhart with affection. The look didn't escape attention, as fans noted how infatuated he appeared after all these years. Their love story reminds us that love can happen at any age, and that sometimes, unexpected pairs make the strongest couples. Although Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart have always had a strong relationship, did you know that their marriage has some interesting details? Unexpected surprises in the marriage of Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart. Ford, known for being very private, surprised fans when he shared his feelings for Flockhart, who is 22 years younger than him. Ford told Hello magazine that romantic love is one of the most exciting and rewarding types of love, and he believes it can happen at any stage of life. Their relationship started in 2002 at the Golden Globes, where a spilled glass of wine helped them start talking. The accident didn't upset Flockhart, who mentioned that they had already been talking for about 20 minutes before it occurred, but that memorable wine spill was just one of the many unusual aspects of their relationship. Many people are curious about Ford and Flockhart's relationship, especially because of their big age difference. Ford was 60 when he met Flockhart, who was 38, making their age difference 22 years. But Flockhart has stated that it doesn't impact their relationship at all. "I keep forgetting that he's 22 years older than me," she said, sharing that she thinks he looks cute in the mornings, and even called him a little boy. This funny view on the age gap highlights how little it affects their lives. Ford's relationship with Flockhart's adopted son, Liam, has also been special and full of love. When Ford met Liam, he was around 6 months old. Ford has said that becoming a father figure to him brought unexpected joy. By 2010, Ford had officially adopted Liam, and they soon formed a strong father-son bond. Ford once mentioned to Parade magazine that he didn't expect to adopt, but he views it as a joy and a privilege. His support of Flockhart's role as a single mother to Liam shows how dedicated he is to both Flockhart and her son, easily fitting into a family he hadn't planned on having at his age. They got married in secret in New Mexico. Ford and Flockhart waited a while before officially getting married. 8 years after they began dating, they picked a unique place for their wedding. while Ford was shooting cowboys and aliens in New Mexico. Choosing to get married on location is uncommon, even for Hollywood, but it matched Ford and Flockhart's simple style. They made it simple by having a low-key ceremony, led by their friend, Bill Richardson, who was the governor of New Mexico at the time. The only guests were Barbara Richardson's wife, one of the governor's advisors, and their 9-year-old son Liam. In a funny turn of events, even Jon Favreau, the director of Ford's Cowboys and Aliens, was unaware of the wedding plans. After he learned about it, he gave Ford a fondue set as a fun wedding gift, humorously acknowledging their simple celebration. Flockhart and Ford chose a simple and private wedding instead of a typical celebrity celebration. This shows they prefer a real and grounded relationship, even though one of them is a big name in Hollywood. One special part of Ford and Flockhart's relationship is her support for his passion for flying, even after a risky event. At the beginning of their relationship, Ford expressed his love for flying and mentioned that Flockhart liked it too. He once told People magazine that Flockhart's excitement mattered to him because flying is much more enjoyable with someone who truly loves it. Flockhart admitted she was nervous about flying before meeting Ford, but she soon started to enjoy it, especially because she trusted him a lot. Their flights together created a special bond for them, and for Liam, who also enjoys being in the air. In 2015, their common passion for flying took a frightening twist. Ford's old World War II plane made an emergency landing on a golf course, breaking his pelvis and causing him to be hospitalized. The accident took place in Los Angeles, and Flockhart quickly went to the hospital to be with him, showing her strong support even in this scary moment. Ford, who said that the crash was caused by a mechanical problem, maintained a cheerful attitude, telling The Hollywood Reporter that, as the great philosopher Jimmy Buffett put it, "S happens." Surprisingly, Flockhart kept supporting Ford's passion for flying even after the accident. Just 5 months later, she openly said that she was still fully supporting him. She said, "He loves it, so I love it, and I support him 100%. This shows her strong belief in him and their relationship. Unexpected events on the red carpet. The couple often attracts fans with their chemistry on the red carpet, but at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival, things became awkward. The festival, which honored Ford's part in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, had Flockhart and Ford sitting separately, while he received a standing ovation. Ford saw that Flockhart was standing behind him. He smiled at her and accepted the situation, saying, "Well, that's the way it is." At the Los Angeles premiere of the same film later, Ford shared his feelings for Flockhart in a touching speech. "Thankful for her help," he said. "My life has been made possible by my wonderful wife who has backed my passions and dreams." His words, "You've given my life purpose and meaning, and I'm grateful for that," showed how much he loved and appreciated her. The couple's strong connection based on support and respect for each other proves that their unusual love story is far from ordinary, and that makes it even better. Enjoying life to the fullest in recent years. Recently, Harrison Ford has been balancing work with some much-needed relaxation, often spending time with his wife, Callista Flockhart. At 80 years old, Ford keeps working on projects, showing he isn't slowing down. He recently returned to his famous role as Indiana Jones in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, grabbing attention and attracting nostalgic fans to theaters. At the Cannes Film Festival premiere of the movie, he got a Lifetime Achievement Award and a long-standing ovation, which brought him to tears. This moment became even more special with Flockhart there to support him. After the event, he shared how much the role has meant to him, and how thankful he was to have Flockhart with him during this important moment in his career. Besides movies, Ford has been trying new things on TV, acting in the series 1923, which is a prequel to Yellowstone, and Shrinking, a comedy on Apple TV+. His shift to TV has been successful, with Shrinking getting positive reviews for Ford's surprisingly likable comedic performance. Ford has said that this new genre has been a refreshing challenge for him as he pushes himself out of his comfort zone and tries different roles. Ford's adventurous spirit is still strong, and Flockhart has always been there for him, even going to some of the show's premieres with him. In recent public events, fans have seen how close and happy the couple seems, with Ford often giving Flockhart loving glances. Recently, a special moment occurred when Ford received another standing ovation.
Cameras caught him looking at Flockhart with great admiration, showing fans that their connection has become even stronger over time. Even with a 22-year age difference, the two have a fun and easygoing bond. Ford often talks about this in interviews, saying how thankful he is to have Flockhart in his life. Ford has stayed committed to his job and family, and he's also gotten involved in more charitable activities. He has openly expressed his dedication to environmental issues, which are very important to him, especially since he spends more time at his ranch in Wyoming. Flockhart has joined him in backing these efforts, and they sometimes appear together at charity events that match their common beliefs. Recently, Ford participated in campaigns by Conservation International to raise awareness about climate change. Flockhart has been seen supporting him at these events, which shows their shared commitment to creating a positive change. In many ways, Ford and Flockhart's recent years together have focused on having fun with each other while also following their interests. Ford is still active and trying new things, while Flockhart supports him as he explores different paths. Together, they are one of Hollywood's more down-to-earth couples, living life on their own terms. What do you think about their relationship, and how it has changed over the years? This is especially true because of their different ages and career choices. Please share your opinions in the comments below. Also, remember to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more interesting stories.